Cichlid tank water changes like the one going on here in the tank behind me can be a little bit scary, especially right after adding some new fish, because you're not sure how those new fish are going to react after a water change. Some of the fish in the tank that I have behind me here, this 300-gallon African cichlid tank, I'm very familiar with. Like, for example, the Malawi trout used to get kind of crazy after water changes. That sort of kind of wore out after a while, and then he stopped doing it. Used to build nests like right after a water change, and that doesn't happen anymore. Not sure why it stopped, but for some reason, water changes in an African cichlid tank can trigger some interesting behavior. First of all, you're going to get some spectacular colors. The fish almost go into like a breeding, what they call breeding dress. So you'll get some really, really good colors. But what you can also get is a lot of antagonism and territorial behavior, where they'll start chasing each other and trying to keep other fish out of certain sections of the tank. So I'm doing this water change and watching them closely and just seeing how they behave in the new combination that they're in with the new added fish. So I'm keeping a close eye on the Buccochromis notitania, the fire hap, the red empress, and that eye biter, to see how they behave after a water change, but also how the other fish behave in combination with those fish. Because anytime you add fish, it changes the hierarchy, the pecking order, and so you can get some different types of battles going on. So I'm keeping a close eye on it. You can see here yourself how it's going. It seems to be okay. Some fish are acting up a little bit, swimming a little faster than they would normally, doing an occasional chase, but I haven't seen anything really crazy yet. Water looks a little bit cloudy because I add several things to the water. I add some Vitachem, and I add Safe, and I add some Malawi lake salt, which is essentially trace minerals. But those things can cloud up the water just for a little bit, and then it gets crystal clear again very, very quickly. So I'm going to keep an eye on this tank and see how they react to this big bunch of fresh water. Some people think it makes them trigger during the rain season of Lake Malawi. I don't know. I don't know if that's it. Maybe it's a little shift in pH that triggers it. Maybe it's a shift in water temp. Maybe it's a change in the oxygen levels. I don't know. But whatever it is, it triggers a different kind of behavior. And when you have an African cichlid tank, you need to watch it pretty closely after a water change. Unlike a community tank where it's just business as usual, right? Everybody's just kind of darting around and getting along. I don't see any crazy behavior in the South and Central American tank during a water change. It's like business as usual. They all just kind of drift around and act real mellow. And so it's something that's definitely unique. This tank just got a water change. It's definitely something that's unique to African cichlids. That type of fish, the changes in water seem to trigger something that is not triggered in South and Central American fish, even though some of these fish are considered aggressive fish, right? The Oscars, the Viejas, the Jack Dempseys, the green tears, the Salvini, those would be normally considered aggressive fish. But you don't see aggressive behavior in this tank during a water change. That's not what triggers it. Other things trigger it. There are occasional chases in here for sure, but it's not related to water changes. There you have it. If you have a lot of experience or know about why that behavior is like that, let me know in the comments below. I'm always learning. I've kept cichlids for a while, but I always get new ideas, especially from you. All right. Thank you, my friends, for tuning in, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.